Hi, Mike Domitrz here, and today we are talking about the heckler. Now, what does heckler mean? When it comes to conducting trainings, speaking, or leading a discussion with a group of people, or providing education at any level, sometimes people can feel that there's a person in the room, or more than one, who it seems like their only focus is to challenge you, just to challenge you. Not because they're confused, not because they're not sure of what you're saying, but because they want to almost enjoy the process of taking you one-on-one in a conversation, like they can prove that you're wrong. And this is something that people who've been doing training, educating, especially on sensitive topics, will tell me that they really struggle with. They'll say, Mike, how do you overcome that person just trying to dominate the room by arguing with you? Well, first of all, you have to think about, is that really a heckler? Like, is that person only doing this for their own self-entertainment? A lot of times, it does appear that way. However, it's not the case. I can tell you numerous times over the years where somebody appeared to be trying to argue with me just to argue, and the room felt that too, as in the other people in the room thought that's what was happening. But by handling it a certain way, a specific way, that exact moment and situation, engaging with that person in a specific strategy, we would later find out that the person wasn't a heckler at all. They were trying to figure something out for themselves, and they might not even recognize that at the time they were doing it at first. But when you dig deep, you often find that is the case. So one of the key things you have to understand is that often somebody who's challenging you or challenging the room or could feel like they are a challenge to have in the room may not be a heckler at all. And what you want to do is apply a very specific approach on how to do that and how to engage that conversation so that you're not just shutting that person down, not building up walls from everybody else in the room and losing the whole opportunity to learn at that moment, not having a distraction that constantly feels like it's taking you away from being focused. What is the key strategy to engaging that person and engaging the room at the same time? Oh, and by the way, I did not always do a good job of handling these moments. Especially early in my year, you sort of struggle through how to handle them. You make assumptions, you have stories in your head, and you overplay the situation, or you read it completely wrong. It took me years to figure out how to not do that myself, get in my own head, how to engage that person in a way that would not be forceful, that would not be dominant, aggressive. It took me a long time, and finding out that formula was really the key to being able to take audiences to a completely different level of conversation engagement. I wish I had known this way sooner, but over the years we have really fine-tuned this, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to save you the time of all those years of figuring that out and give it to you right off the front so you can start using it today. We're actually going to talk about that this summer at Education Through Engagement. That's from June 29th to July 1st, a 3-day event we're going to do right here in Brookfield, Wisconsin, where we're going to reveal all these strategies of how you do this, how you handle these moments. And what's amazing is if you apply this the right way, the person becomes an asset in the room. What you think is suddenly a liability that could be difficult for you to handle, suddenly they become a wonderful part of the conversation, and often even thanking you for how you handled that moment. Which means you're able to teach everybody by doing no harm to anybody, and that should always be the goal. Where are we going to teach that again? That's going to be Education Through Engagement, 3-day conference this summer. You will see the link right below where you can click to learn more and reserve your seat, because we are keeping this event very limited so we can keep it intimate and really make sure that everybody can have their answers questioned and you can walk out of there feeling you're ready to go. And that is the key, that confidence. We're going to give you the skill set to have that.